What a way to start off the postseason in the American. Sage, I know we've been saying it's March all week, but if there were any doubts remaining, go check on David Collins' EKG.
Yes, the madness continues, but we're less than halfway through March, and after this week's games, Temple is already out of the picture.
Following last year's conference tournament cancellation, Temple and USF kicked off postseason play in the American, and boy was it a heater. Both teams trading runs in the first half, bolstered by their star scoring guards, David Collins for USF, finishing with a season-high 23 points, and Caleb Battle torching the Bulls for the third straight game, finding his big man Jake Forrester. Forrester got taken out with 2 fouls, and USF took advantage. They outscored the Owls 20-10 to close out the half following Forrester's departure. And when action returned in the second half, USF stayed hot and Temple stayed ice cold. USF went on run after run while the Owls missed 15 straight field goals at one point in the half. Down 11 with 2 minutes remaining, the marksman Brendan Berry chose a good time to make his first 3 of the game, but he wasn't stopping there. Berry hit 3 threes in the final 2 minutes of this ball game, highlighted right here by a little steal out of nowhere and a step back for the Dartmouth transfer. Owls get it within 2, and David Collins misses the free throws. Caleb Battle, season on the line, and he dribbles it off his foot. USF wins it 73-71.
And we missed a few. And so we dug a hole for ourselves, and throughout the second half, we was just playing catch up. We got a chance to get back in the game with the ball in our hands to maybe tie the game or win the game, and it just didn't happen that way. But I was proud of the way my guys battled. South Florida played well. They got contributions from everybody that played for them, and that's what you need around this time of year.
Temple is no longer a contender, but there is still plenty of AAC basketball left. My pick to win it all is Memphis. They have a Final Four caliber defense that could lead them straight to the AAC championship game. Win or go home is one of the many mantras of March, and that was the situation for Temple in their conference tournament game against the Tulane Green Wave on Tuesday. Asana Alexander recorded 14 on the day. There she goes with the steal. Temple scored 18 points off of turnovers, but the Bulls answered louder with 20 of their own from Temple miscues. The Owls dug a 19-point hole they just could not get out of in the third quarter. Despite Jaisha Clinton's hot hand with 5 threes and efforts from Mia Davis, both scoring over 20 on the day, it was no match for the Green Wave, who shot 56 from the field. Not how Temple was looking to end, but Clinton's just getting started as a freshman, and Davis has another year of eligibility. Final score, 83-73.
Felt like right from the start, we gave up way too many second chance opportunities. Defensively, we weren't good today. We gave up 40-something points in the first half. It's hard to win, basketball games when you give up that many points. But we just couldn't really, get control of the game. I felt like early in the third period, we started pressuring a little. We cut it to 7. But then from there on, they really shoved it down our throats.
Looks like Josh and I were a little too generous with our upsets in the predictions last week. The AAC tournament concluded with a matchup between the number 1 seed, USF, and the number 2 seed, UCF. Temple didn't even come close. As if March couldn't get any more mad, the people have decided to stick with tradition and disagree with my call to add 32 teams to the usual 64 in the NCAA tournament.
Yes, for the first time this year, we were not the voice of the people, though we're still shooting at an 83% clip. This week, I'm confident the people will be on my side and ready to question the coaches of the American Athletic Conference. Those were the ones responsible for voting on the AAC's end-of-the-year honors. Without further ado, court's in session. We saw the likes of J.P. Moorman winning the scholarship award, Caleb Battle, third-team All-Conference, and Damian Dunn as a freshman receiving honors from the AAC this past week. A great honors and a source of excitement for Temple's future, but there was a big snub on the All-Conference freshman list in the form of Jeremiah Williams. The reason Williams was left off this list was his numbers, averaging only 9.3 points per game. Nothing to take away from Battle and Dunn, but both players missed extensive time this season while Williams held down the fort playing point guard and starting in all 15 of Temple games this season. Freshman out of Chicago may never score as many as Battle had done, but he's the best all-around player when those 3 are on the court. Williams is athletic as they come and causes headaches for opposing offenses. The good thing about snubs, sometimes they can motivate a player to push just a little extra next season and prove doubters wrong. I hope Jeremiah Williams is that kind of guy and forces his way onto an all-conference list next season. The charge this week, Jeremiah Williams deserved to be on that AAC All-Freshman team, and I believe the coaches of the American Athletic Conference are guilty of this criminal act.
Josh, I could not agree with you more, but let's wait and see what the people think when they take to Twitter and vote in our poll at Outsports Update. Even though there are no more Temple basketball games to look forward to, this is still the busiest spring of sports yet. Tune into our Sports Brief on Monday, All Access Pass on Tuesday, and Outsports Update every Thursday at noon.
Thank you so much for following along with us for your Temple basketball coverage this season. So sad things had to end, but we're not quite done yet. We'll be back again in a week, but with a whole field of 64 to break down.
We will see you next week for our final edition of Courts in Session, but until then, try to get outside and enjoy this nice weather between all those basketball games. For Josh Safran, I'm Sage Hurley. Have a great week.